Racing has been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember.
The 16-year-old he talks about is Alex Sedgwick.
Alex Sedgwick again looking to see whether he can do something on the run up in towards Druid. From Jack Villeneuve in second place, and Alex Sedgwick is now through into third.
But racing at the highest levels has always seemed like a distant goal, slightly out of reach. After being away from racing for a while, this is finally my chance to show what I can do.
It's pretty insane that we're here in the first place, really. This time last year I was sort of settling into my non-racing career of kind of running, driving events and seeing what life looked at post being a race car driver. Not out of a lack of trying or a lack of or losing interest for the sport, but you know, the realities of racing. And then this whole opportunity came about.
I met Alex just last summer, summer of 2022, on a driving tour he was helping coordinate through the south of France. And then at the Monaco Grand Prix, and Alex and I hit it off. I know he had some driving experience, and when I got introduced to Jeff and he needed a good driver to shake down his car, we gave Alex a call and flew him over, and everything just kind of meshed. And from the get-go, Alex, Jeff, and I had a really good team, really good vibe between us, and started kind of planning things out. And that's how PD Autosport came to be.
It's very kind of right place, right time, and nice to have a bit of luck for once. But racing's always been, it's kind of a brutal sport to be involved in, really. I started karting when I was 8. And there was never any ambitions of, Alex is going to be a race car driver for my family or anything like that. It was just kind of our fun weekend activity, or being involved, a fan of motorsport. So it kind of built from there, and very quickly, I think my parents realised that I was quite a competitive person, which I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing for them, but led to winning. Kind of, we always ran ourselves in karting. I got one opportunity to race with a team, and that led to winning a British Championship when I was 12 years old. From there, it started to get a little bit more serious, but it was still kind of a bit of a pipe dream of, Alex's childhood dream of going and racing cars. And I realised I just spoke about myself in third person, which is really weird. From that, started to again hit the realities of racing, that racing against teams with multiple trucks, vans full of 30 car motors, and it's like me and my dad in our little box trailer and doing it all in our garage at home. I got really fortunate with an opportunity from the Ginetta Scholarship. I entered that and kind of competed against 120 or so different drivers from karting and different backgrounds, and ended up winning that shootout to start racing cars, which was really like the turning point of maybe I could actually be a race car driver and have a career in this. And have had some amazing experiences along the way, racing in Ginetta's Clear Cup, a bit of single seaters, some endurance racing, in NASCAR, which is a big kind of, I'm a big NASCAR fanboy, even being from the UK. All through like luck and circumstance, really. Like, I'm obviously from a very normal family that can't support this financially, so been very, very, very fortunate to kind of have a lot of right place, right time scenarios, and a lot of supportive sponsors and teams and people along the way that have kept this going as long as possible. And then that kind of brought us to a couple of years ago, really, where everything started to seem like it was more permanently slowing down, and then this all happened.
Your dad race?
He didn't, no. So my dad's he's worked for Peugeot, or like Stellantis Group, for a long time. So when I was younger, like 7-8 years old, he was working in PR for Peugeot. So I got to go to Le Mans with him when when I was, I think, 7, when they had the 908 LMP1 cars, and that was such a cool experience. And that was like the first little bit of like, I want to do this. This is awesome. So yeah, always been a family that likes racing. Like my mum and dad, before they had kids, would always go to like superbike races and go watch races at Silverstone. But yeah, always been on sort of the fan side rather than the being involved side, until I came along and took all of their time. There we go, there's photo evidence.
Oh.
I know, I was so like cute and innocent.
And what happened?
No. Welcome to real life, people. Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
I'm not usually nervous before races, but there is a little bit of nerves this time round. Having had time out and returning to such competitive series in an all-new environment to me, this is a huge opportunity to boost my career and build my name in the US.
Radio check, Ryan. Radio check. Ready to go. Okay. Copy, you can fire up. Yeah, I'm going to key up, and I'm going to stay keyed up, and I will call the green. Green, 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 green. Alex, there's a wheel that has come off a car. Driver's right, exit of 7. It is offline. I repeat, offline. Base.
Solid debut, really solid. And you just kept fighting and picking those guys off one at a time. And you know, I think you're just a much craftier racer than all of those guys. So
Yeah, thank
These
you.
cars are just so damn equal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I guess that's the formula.
that's sort of the point, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just hard, especially with ABS. There's no margin.
Very, very hard, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's like all of the like 10 through 16 seemed to be my strongest section, but it was kind of like the most front aero dependent as well.
Right.
So following someone, I was saying they really did this like stuff. But
yeah, often it takes 2 laps to execute a pass, because you just work on it. And so you did it.
yeah.
And again, a lot of these guys are more mistake prone. You're not mistake prone. So anyway, it's a nice debut. Very solid. Very solid.
I probably went in with like too high expectations for myself, really, being sort of the first race of being full-time as a racing driver in so long, having never raced in the series, never really raced, you know, a cup car before other than one race. So it was frustrating at times, but really sort of taught me the importance of qualifying in this series and you know, how to set that up and make the most of it. So yeah, kind of knowing where we're at and now having a bit more structure to know what we need to work on and know how to move forward. You can go in a bit more relaxed and kind of take it as it comes, and also just enjoy it a bit more as well. We had a pretty busy 2023 season across a full season of Carrera Cup for myself, my first full year of racing since 2018, and then a bunch of other PT activities. We ran our second aspiring driver shootout, which Brenna Schubert won and joined Henry Drury in our junior driver ranks. So I've had 2 drivers to look after in my PT driver development role, and as part of their programs to start 2024, we took them to Sweden, where we went ice driving.
It was a great experience, 2 days on a frozen lake in a variety of front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive cars, with the intention of helping them to progress their car control. You know, get sideways, make mistakes, learn everything that you need for a racing environment, but you never want to do in a racing environment. So hopefully give them a bit more confidence to push and really test the limits when they get into their racing programs for this year. On my side, I will be returning to Carrera Cup for the 2024 season. Last year was a great year. We finished 4th in points, you know, making up a lot of ground, starting about 12th after the first round. The aim really is to go much better at Sebring and start the year a lot stronger. There's a lot to learn with a new tyre, a couple new tracks, and just seeing how we adapt to all of that. The aim will be to try and get some wins on the board, but really just consistency, and hoping that consistency will pay off with a good championship finish.